Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very special edition of Chop Talk. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here, it's the wonderful Princess Melball. How you doing, Melball?
She's dirty today. She dyed her hair as a payment for dyeing.
I was thinking, like, why is her hand so dirty?
Right? It looks like I just slathered it in motor oil, doesn't it? No, nay. My bestie, my lovely Michelle, dyed my hair purple today. It's kind of drying in its little cocoon right now. But as payment, I dyed her hair black. We neglected to use gloves.
So I remember the last dyeing party I remember being at was you and Kat, and you both wore gloves that day.
Yeah, because I had gloves at that time.
Yeah, and now Kat's a purple and black haired person now too.
Yeah, we're twinning.
Yeah,
hers isn't black. Hers is purple. Hers is street purple.
It's purple and black. She told me this morning it's purple and black.
Didn't look it in the picture, but okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are you doing?
I'm all right. Good couple days off, relaxing, heading back to work. As you record, this is Monday night, so heading back to work tomorrow morning. As the show comes out, I'll be at my job, so just know I'm not as happy. I still like my job, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not as happy as I am when I'm talking professional wrestling.
Hey, especially about this show. This show is actually a very, very fun show. Take us into what we're talking about today, my friend.
Yeah, so if you saw the thumbnail or the title of this episode, we are talking RCW Onslaught in Onoway. And if you're wondering where Onoway is, so do a lot of other people.
So were we.
I knew where Onoway was. I've been there multiple times before. It is 45 minutes northwest of Edmonton, at least from Mel's house.
Yes. And I live on the north side.
North side. Yeah, so fun little 35 minutes from my house, but I went and picked her up.
You did.
Yeah. So we got there. Good, fun little show at the community hall. Small venue, small crowd, but a good loud crowd. The crowd, not a big crowd, huge crowd, but the crowd was into it.
Yes, very, very much so. Lots of interactions with the wrestlers that were going there. Lots of kids. Usually a detriment for us because we're such fans of those. Not this time. Surprisingly, added a lot of excitement and energy to the show. This was a really, really fun, excitable show. There were some moments we have to talk about.
Yeah, no kids got into fights with wrestlers. We can say that.
That was not for lack of trying, though. Holy heck.
But they didn't. There was no actual physical interaction. When a kid was trying
I don't know. Faja was definitely holding back the pack at one point.
He was. Oh, it was with Onslaught after the tag match, yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually really good.
It was. It was a lot of fun. Take us into it, man.
So, yeah, I have no graphics for this show because there was no graphics other than a poster for this show. Sorry, there was for Dean versus JJ. That was released. That graphic did get out there, but I didn't get it.
The poster was not up to date. Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, no, they did release a match graphic for Dean versus JJ, but that was about it. So no other match graphics for this show.
No.
So we got there. It kicked off with Alix Rain versus Mel's favorite email password, K36.
I was ecstatic to see the Alix, though. That was the first time I'd seen the Alix since Son of Irish turned on him, and I think it was January. In December, January, when they lost the titles. You've seen him since. You saw him at the Hungarian show.
I saw him at the Hungarian show that you were at. But
I knew you were gonna do this, you motherfucker. Just shut the fuck up. I was caring for someone in the fucking parking lot. I made life choices. Do I regret them? Sure. I would have rather seen freaking, what are they called? Aqua Adventure versus the Radz versus Team Stupid and freaking Chunky Monkeys who were sticking thumbs up each other people's bums. Yes.
I blocked that on my brain.
What do you want me to say about this situation? Let's talk about the Alix.
Yeah, Alix, hitting this beautiful enziguri, sending KB6 out of the ring. Hits a tope suicida. Back inside, KB6, it's a huge sky high spun buster at one point for 2. Follows it up with the rolling thunder elbow drop. Alix reverses the suplex by like walking on the ceiling. It was great, and like gets himself back down, hits his own suplex, and hits that running senton for 2. I love the walking because the ceiling was low, so when he was up to the suplex, he like was walking. It was great. This won't be the last time we talk about stuff getting hit.
Yes.
Huge gut wrench slam by KB6. Just muscled him up for that gut wrench. Later in the match, Alix with a spin kick pushed KB6 in the ropes and gets a beautiful KB6 bounced in the ropes like chest first, came back, and Alix just snapped him with a German. I thought great little sequence there. He follows it up with a springboard coffin drop for 2.
Yeah, that was cool. I didn't know what he was going to do because he's got some spring in his step, that one. With the coffin drop, I was like, wait, whoa. I haven't really seen anybody do that around here.
Yeah, there's a spot where Alix ends up catching KB6 running with, I don't know if he hit a headhunter, the Yoshihashi headhunter, or if it was like a twisting neck breaker. I'm not exactly. It was a weird rotation, and I thought it was headhunter-ish, but it also could have been a twisting neck breaker. I'm not sure, but it looked good. It really came out of nowhere, and I liked it.
We were also sitting in like an odd positioning for that. The other side of the crew or the ring would have gotten a lot cooler view of that.
Yeah. KB, and then he follows it up with a sliding back elbow for 2. Spin kick by KB6. He kicks out the legs, hits that step off the back into the leg drop to the back of the neck. Only gets 2. KB6 goes to the top. Alix cuts him off, but Alix is shoved off, and KB6 hits the frog splash for the win. And the kids in front of us were very disappointed because they were cheering for the Alix.
They were. The kids were they were all over the place, though. Their loyalty very easy to buy that night. Yeah, very exciting way to kind of open up the show, get the energy going, and holy heck, did it fire up the crowd like crazy. This was where I was like, ooh, despite the number in the room, that does not sound like, it sounded like there was double the people in that room. The amount of noise that there was. So cool.
Well, we had a whole row to ourselves.
We did.
And we were in the second row.
We did.
Yeah. So we move on to the second match on the show. It is Dean Rictor with his returning Onslaught tag team partner, the man who hasn't been seen since he was destroyed by the Newfoundland Viking Rage. Brutal Braden Lewis taking on J.J. Spade. I was very surprised on this show.
I mean, I didn't know who that was. You got very excited, and I was like, "Hey, as long as someone's excited, I know what's going on."
I remember. So in the early days of Backbreaker Media, or before it was Backbreaker Video, it's still Backbreaker Media, but like in the early days of it all, when we were still the Edmonton Sports Podcast Network, or Edmonton SPN for short, so we don't get sued. So we never couldn't get sued. We were working with MPW at the time. And we were doing commentary for wrestling, and we were there on the night that Braden and Dean debuted at MPW. So I watched these two back then. I was working with RCW, and when Braden joined Dean in RCW, I enjoyed them then, and then him coming out now, and I'm like, holy shit, this is a blast from my goddamn past. And I took a picture of him and I sent it to Mike the Ref, and he said, I still have that shirt. Because they were wearing their old school Onslaught shirts.
They were, yeah. And wasn't it the text that was used on the poster as well?
Very similar.
I thought it was exact, but like, not paying too much attention to titties. Yeah. They came out right next to us too, and I was like, yeah, fisting. No one could hear what I was saying. Fisting.
Dean heard it.
No, he heard fist him.
Oh, okay. Worse.
To which I say, you bald-headed demons, what is wrong with you? Open thine ears. Because you hear as well as he did.
I heard fisting.
Fisting.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Because that's what he does.
Well, they were doing that like
fisting.
Like they put each other's forearms and went like this up, and they're doing it together.
Fisting.
No, it's just fisting. You fist your friend.
Bruh. Take us into the match.
JJ getting control all over Dean early on in the match. Braden getting in JJ's face on the outside, then distracts the refs so Dean can get a low blow at one point when they're on the apron, and he boots him off, and then gets in the ring that boots him off the apron. There's a spot where he had JJ through the ropes, like laying on the bottom rope, and it was right in front of us, and he puts his foot through the rope and just starts stomping on the back of JJ's head, and it looked brutal. Oh,
it was giving me oh shit, who was it? Someone in NGPW does that. I want to say it was Zack Sabre Jr. recently who's done it, but someone else has been doing that in New Japan. I like it anyway. It's a really good, simple way to just kind of gain control, gain domination, and kind of give yourself a little bit of a breather to kind of figure out what to do next. I like it.
Yeah. Dean with his chest kicks in the corner, drops JJ in the corner and follows it up with his hesitation drop kick. I love that. You know this man studies Japanese wrestling. Just for some of the things he does, he does.
It was a very Kenta hesitation drop kick for sure.
Much so. Well, the man who's no, technically it's Shibata who started it, but yeah. But Kenta made it popular.
Yes, he hovers a little bit more. Dean also hovers a little bit.
Dean pulls the shirt over JJ's head, starts delivering chops. And then reverses, he gets chops. Then Dean hits his hard ass forearm to the face and slams JJ. He works in the Muay Thai knees at one point. Braden on the outside. This is right in front of us because he's yelling at the kids in front of us, and he yells at one kid, calls him Caillou.
I mean, he was not lying.
And then the best part is the kids took that and started calling Dean Caillou. That made it even better. Like, I loved it.
I mean, could also see it. Just Caillou grown up.
Yeah.
Team him with that guy in DDT. You got a whole freaking children's network television show.
That is grown up Caillou.
No, he's more like teenage Caillou.
That's true. But Dean's not bald. Dean has eyebrows. So Caillou doesn't have eyebrows.
That can easily be remedied.
No, we don't want to see that. The end of this match comes. JJ slips out of a burning hammer, hits an enziguri, then the drop kick, and hits a JKO.
Yes.
Sorry, a JJKO. He hits the RKO out of nowhere. JJ hits a second rope moonsault, and he goes for the pin, but this is where Braden slides in, attacks, and
tosses the ref out in the most awkward way I've ever seen. Yeah.
Well, not even that. The ref doesn't disqualify it right there. It's not until he was attacked by Braden and then thrown out of the ring by Dean that he decided, and then
made it past the entire crowd to the stage.
Yeah. So in that point, walking around before he DQs, they then hit a magic killer on JJ, and then the referee decides, you're disqualified.
You know, though, gotta say that magic killer was better than anything I've seen Dick Togo and Evil do, and that's saying something.
And the one they hit they hit one later in the night that was even cleaner than that one. So,
although it would have been a privilege to see him like just have his hat and sunglasses heated off his face, much like Togo did.
True. Yeah. So, then sadly, Steven Styles makes the save, running off Onslaught, and then he decides to say some choice words to Dean and Braden, insulting them and certain life choices they might be making. That in 2024 you don't make those. You don't shit on people for who they are anymore. Come on, it's not PC. It's not PC.
I couldn't understand a word he was saying.
Just remember, Steven Styles is not PG.
Yeah, it might be advertised as a family show. Every other match will probably be a family show, but if Team Steve is involved in anything, I guarantee you it goes up to an X rating at that point.
Yeah, more like an F rating for me, but a failure.
Oh, okay. I was like, don't think I know that one. Not too privy to that.
So Squiggy makes a tag match for after intermission between himself and JJ Spade versus the team of Onslaught of Dean Rictor and Braden Lewis.
I mean, Braden was already dressed anyway, so he was ready to go.
He was.
They even matchy.
I was like, okay, and both gear looked very new. Like I don't remember seeing that exact gear from Dean before.
It was not a vibe for me. I wasn't a fan,
but at least they matched. If they're going to be a
team,
did,
and at least they matched. Yes, it's not like some other teams where you have two styles that is just weird and clashy.
Mm-hmm.
They matchy.
Unless you're with Gussie, then it really doesn't matter because Gussie just classes everything up. So
it's fair. That's fair. He does. With that nice brown blazer.
That's right.
And jeans and those cowboy boots.
So we move on to what was a one-sided ass kicking. We get we get Shaun Martens with his Magic Martens show before the match. That Mel called it.
Well, tell me it wasn't. He had his music on and everything. He even got paid.
I think it might have been Mel's favorite part of the show was Magic Martens. She was really into it.
No, that was not my favorite part of the show, but continue.
Yeah. And he's taking on, I'm very sure, making his RCW debut in Redbeard.
I found out he was an MPW guy.
Oh, okay, was he? Okay.
Or at least that's what I was told.
That's probably why I've never seen him before because he's MPW. I don't go to MPW anymore. So I wouldn't have seen him. I don't go there, so I can't. I've seen a guy if I don't go there. I'm not shitting on the promotion.
You know who you should ask? Who would definitely know? Your good friend Ronnie. Ronnie would know. She was recently at an MPW show.
I don't want to talk to Ronnie, right? I don't want to talk to Ronnie.
Rude.
Come on, she doesn't remember anything. She's drunk by the time she has a show. She doesn't remember anything. Love you, Ronnie.
Rude. Any hoozles.
So Martens just starts beating the hell of Redbeard. Redbeard does end up sending him out, and he accuses Redbeard of pulling his hair.
He liked it.
I guess so. Martens just grinding him in the corner, like the forearm across the face in the corner. Mm-hmm. The chops. Dang, you got good chops in here.
Yeah. They were thudders for sure.
He suplexes him into the corner, and Redbeard comes crashing down on his head, and I'm like, oh. Yeah. He hit this just sick-looking pile driver. I thought it was over, but Redbeard kicks out at 2. Mm-hmm. Every time Redbeard tries to fight back, Martens just beats him down. Mm-hmm. He gets Martens gets the 3 amigos, then calls himself a sexy boy. Weird.
I think at one point that was because one of the kids in front of us said Shawn Michaels and not Shaun Martens.
Yeah.
Because I think they forgot his name or something. I don't know.
That's actually good. He actually did the Shawn Michaels pose before the match too.
He did.
After the Magic Martens show.
Yeah. Oh dear.
The match comes. Martin tries to go for Mel's favorite move, the dingle dangle, but can't get the arm, so he turns it into an STF. eventually lets it go, picks him up, pedigree spiking Redbeard with that pedigree,
and
he gets the win. Like, it was like a 99% to 1% like control match, kind of like literally beat the living piss out of this dude.
I mean, just gonna point out the obvious size differential, though.
Oh, double size. Taller than him, thicker than him, everything. Just
yeah. And like, if you follow Martens on his socials, you see when he tours with the CWE show, he's always in the gym, working out. Redbeard, I think the only thing red on him was his shoes and his panties.
I didn't see his panties, but okay.
It was hard to miss them sticking out of his pants that were falling down for most of the show.
I wasn't looking, but okay.
Anywho, yeah, this, as you said, this was very much a beatdown kind of match. This was also where I saw the interaction with the crowd really kick up. Martens would beat the shit out of Redbeard, go down into the crowd, start yelling and beaking at people. Couple, seconds later, he'd turn around, realize that Redbeard's stirring, get back in there, kick the crap out of him a little bit more, go back out, start antagonizing people on the other side. It was very much, this was the perfect show for these guys to really gain some fans and really interact with the crowd and just have some of those once in a lifetime kind of moments. And like, I guarantee you, he made some of those kids' nights.
Oh, 100%. I saw even with Martens and a person we're going to talk about in the next match, these kids were running over getting pictures, buying merch. Yeah. They were having the time of their lives. Even though Martin was the biggest dick, they loved meeting him because he was the biggest dick in the world, and they loved him for it.
Yeah, like, very good character work on that one.
So, yeah. So I tell Martens this every time I see him. Dude is one of my favorite heels in professional wrestling. It's him and Andy Anderson. They're just the two guys that I feel are just the two best pure heels in the business, just because of how committed they are to just being assholes.
Committed to the character and committed to the character work, because there's a very fine line that you could cross very easily, especially in 2024 with everyone being such daisies with their just easily offendedness. But like, him and Andy both seem to be able to figure out a way that is so antagonistic without being offensive. It's very interesting.
Yeah, they're both very good at that, man.
Teach Squig.
I would love to see an Andy Anderson, Shaun Martens tag team at some point. That would just imagine the heel and hate that would come from that tag team.
What would you call them?
I don't care.
The Gods of Ooga Booga?
Oh my God, yes. Oh, Gods of Ooga Booga. That's my tag team I want to see for. Oh God, I want that so badly.
You throw Vance in there, and it's the beefy Gods of Ooga Booga.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That needs to be on the next Edmonton CWE show. The Gods of Ooga Booga.
The Gods of Ooga Booga. The beefy Gods of Ooga Booga.
The Gods of Ooga Booga need to be on the next CWE show. I'm pitching that to Martens. Martens, you can take this.
I want credit for it, though.
Yes, but give us a little bit of credit. But please work to get that on the Edmonton show. I need the beefy Gods of Ooga Booga.
They got 2 months. Isn't that show the end of November?
I know. It's only 2 months away. I want to see
it's November 22nd. That show is.
Yeah, somewhere in November. I'm down to see that. This beefy Gods of Ooga Booga. Let's go. Put them up against the Radz. Let's go. The beefy Gods of Ooga Booga versus the Radz. That sounds phenomenal to me.
That sounds conflicting. Who are you cheering for?
The Radz, because I'm cheering for them. Because everybody else, the team I can easily boo. I love them, but I'll still boo them.
Oh dear. Oh, what a riot we have derailed ourselves onto.
So on to the fourth match. And what was half a match? We had the greaser Ronnie Angel versus the returning Brice the Slammer Sova. And all I can say about this match is shut up. Shut up. Man, like Ronnie Angel is your typical, he's Fonzie. He's that greaser character, like slick back hair.
Zuko, Danny Zuko.
But a bad guy. And man,
Zuko wasn't a good guy.
Yeah, but he was technically the hero of the story, wasn't he? Technically, where Ronnie is a hero of nobody's stories.
Let's maybe Pony Boy. What's that?
I guess yeah. Well,
what's that book?
Oh,
Outsiders.
Outsiders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
You have to switch blade.
Yeah, so Ronnie has a switchblade comb.
Yeah,
and
that's great.
He was selling them during intermission too, and a bunch of them.
The looks on their faces as they're sitting there. I loved it.
So this guy is trying to get out of wrestling in a match, so he wants to have a pose down with Brice, and Brice wins. Much bigger dude than Ronnie. Ronnie wants to do an arm wrestling contest and is avoiding it. And when they do finally get into it, he's like struggling with Slammer. Then Slammer just bam slams the hand down. The match starts. The table is still in the ring.
Glorious chaos.
Slammer gets slammed into the table. Like his face slammed in the table at least. And just some back forth. And Ronnie's attacking. Slammer hits a headbutt. Ronnie's attacking again. Gets a bulldog for 2. Slammer starts smashing Ronnie's face into every corner. The table's out of the ring by this point. After Slammer got his face slammed into it, they got it up. We're almost dropping it. It was an interesting little thing.
Yes.
Slammer. Then we're fighting. Ronnie starts fighting back, beating down Slammer. They're doing a chase around the ring spot. They're fighting. Slammer hits lariats. At one comes back with lariats, starts slamming Ronnie all around the ring. Ronnie hits a cheap shot and hits a twisting neck breaker. Ronnie then pokes the eyes and slams the Slammer. You never slam a Slammer because that only fires a Slammer up, and he just rises up behind Ronnie. Ronnie turns around, gets him by the throat, choke Slammer for the win.
Yeah. Been a while since we've seen Slammer.
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't remember the other guy. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Been a while.
Now I have to listen to that song. Yeah. There's not much to add on to this match just because you pretty much said it all. Like, for as long as it went, there was a whole lot of, like, I would say showmanship kind of happening in this one. Tons and tons of crowd interaction. The shut up thing is where he was just beaking off to the crowd. Shut up, shut up, shut up. It was so great because it was always the same tone too. He never got frustrated or flustered. He never got angry. He never showed any kind of different excitement until he started wrestling. Ronnie was pretty expressive when he was wrestling, but like the tone in which he spoke, gosh, my hand looks like crap. The tone in which he spoke was very steady, we'll say. Good character work. It was interesting to see the two different clashes because you got this, like, how do you describe Slammer? This metal, leather-clad, crazy, yelling persona, loud persona, and then you have this, as you mentioned, that kind of Fonzie, Danny Zuko kind of like chill, combing his hair kind of thing. So yeah, it was a very interesting clash of styles, and I think it ended up being really entertaining for the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd had a great time with this.
Yeah.
They were really behind Slammer in this.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to intermission. Kids bought all the Switchblade combs. They were loving it. They're just
So cute.
Crowd, all of them with the wrestlers seemed really, really good. I saw a lot of people going over to talk to the wrestlers and stuff and chat with them, and I really like that. I love seeing that interaction.
As I said earlier, very great opportunity for the wrestlers to gain some new fans with that interaction, because this was such a small crowd. There was that opportunity for interaction both in the intermission and during the show that just made the show so much fun.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I got my shirt. I got my shirt.
Yes.
Got a Nasty shirt.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we come back from intermission. And we're into the tag team match. It is Onslaught, the team of Real Talk, Dean, Rictor, and as we called him back in the day. I don't know if he's got a new nickname. Brutal Braden Lewis, taking on the team of J Spade and one half of your RCW Tag Team Champions, Steven Styles. Styles and Braden, like Styles trying to run into Braden with the shoulder blocks and just not being able to do it was actually really good. But eventually he does kind of get him off kilter, drops him with the shoulder block, and then he picks him up and slams Braden because Braden is a big boy.
They touched guts.
Oh yeah, there was a spot where they're getting each other's face and their guts are like pressing into each other, and I was laughing my ass
having to
off.
lean forward a little bit to get in each other's faces.
As a big man, I know that problem, but and as a big man, I can laugh at that because I understand the problem.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. I have the T-shirt still.
JJ monkey flips Dean across the ring. He looks so good. Yeah. So good. The spot where he sends Dean and Braden on the floor, and JJ goes for the tope suicida, and Braden just nope, and just Steven Styles away, letting people crash to the floor, which I've seen Steven Styles do multiple times.
Oh, I was gonna give him the credit of saying he Samoa Joe'd him, but okay.
Oh no, he's Steven Styles because it was more like, oh no, I don't want to get hit. It's not like, oh screw you. Joe's is more like a Steven Styles is like, oh don't hit me. And that's what Braden was. Like, oh, don't hit me! But he let Dean take the entirety of the tope suicida. And that's why I call it a Steven Styles versus calling it a Samoa Joe, because he just got the hell out and let his partner take all of the hit. I've seen Steven Styles do that multiple times, letting his partner take all of the dive.
Oh dear.
Braden holding JJ up on the ropes for Dean, and they do that hop where he hops over Braden's back, landing on the lower back of JJ elevated. I really like that move.
Yeah, it looked really good.
And then they pick him up for the backdrop neckbreaker combo. Onslaught, they're double teaming and beating up on JJ throughout. They hit the double running corner face wash, a la TJP, but it's like a double one. I liked it. Was that running boot?
Was that what they called the booty thing?
Where they both were running from separate corners at him and booted him.
Was that when I turned to you and I asked if they just called it the booty call?
Oh, you're right. They hit the booty call. That was it. I think that's what they called it.
Yeah, because I was like, did they just say
I think so. I didn't write it down. God damn it, I didn't write that down.
I'm glad I remembered. I was sure in a state.
Yeah, JJ's gets fighting back. Braden ends up dropping JJ, though, and hits a senton. JJ ducks. Dean's attacking. Dean punches Braden in the face. JJ hits. Dean hits with a tornado T Styles in, taking out both men with lyrics and splashes. Braden fights back in Styles. JJ gets tagged back in. Dean hits a spinning forearm to Styles, taking him out. They low blow JJ Spade with the ref distracted, and they hit the magic killer. And Braden Lewis pins JJ Spade for the win. And they got the hell out of that ring as fast as they could. And then they had a bunch of children across them. And No, sorry.
What
The
is
children
it
crossed
with
them. The children crossed them earlier in the day, but them have like literally one of the fathers of these children was holding all these children back, and like
5 of them, at least 5 or 6 kids,
yeah,
he was holding back single-handedly.
it was great. And then Braden is holding back Dean from trying to fight the kids. And then all of a sudden it shifts, and then Dean's holding back Braden from trying to fight all of the kids. It was so good. It was so good.
Glorious, glorious chaos.
But even on the way out on this one, they still were yelling, getting in the kids' faces on the way out because the kids jumped up and started yelling at them, and
What is it with Dean, Rictor, and the kids? Because it was Dean Rictor at the last RCW show at the Norwood too.
Oh, with the kid who tried to punch him in the balls. Oh, yeah. And they
Didn't he successfully punch?
Oh, kicked him in the balls, and then he tried to like right hook him as he went to the mat. He tried to right hook him. He just missed right hooking Dean. That was what it was. Yeah.
What is it with Dean and these kids? The kids just don't like Dean. They don't like fisting.
You said it.
They don't, or the booty call apparently.
And then after the match, Styles helps JJ up. They shake hands, but then Styles, like he does because he's a scumbag human, there it's JJ Spade. He's a scumbag human, and you can never trust a guy named Steve in RCW.
Right?
Yeah.
Team Steve.
Can never trust Steve.
Steven it up.
Can't trust Steve Wild. Can't trust Steve Styled. And you can't trust that American Steve. I can't remember his last name right now.
Rivers.
Steve
the women's
Rivers.
Champion. Yeah.
It's
retire that belt. No. I don't care what year it is. Retire that belt. You got one woman in the company. Retire the belt until you got more.
That's true.
I mean, he might have bigger tits than all of the women collectively that were in that locker room. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about how rude Steven Styles is. We even told him he was rude. So rude.
You're rude.
Rude. Such a rude dude.
I love JJ though.
Now we gotta fight him, and I have to let go.
JJ worked so hard tonight in the singles.
Oh God, yeah.
Match. I love the guy.
It was JJ night, and I'm so annoyed. We made it halfway to Onoway, and I was like, I forgot our JJ signs again.
Hey, you're JJ in your house. You could keep them in my car.
They're literally right behind me.
To bring them downstairs next time, so we don't forget.
Why? So they can be attacked by the fucking spiders in my house. I mean,
like the next time we're going to an RCW event, which is September 20th, make sure you bring it downstairs so that I see it.
Make sure that JJ Spade is also booked on the
20th. I feel like he'd be there. You can't have an RCW show with a JJ Spade. Come on.
Right now, as long as he's healthy and good, we warmly request to see JJ Spade at the 20th.
Yes.
So that we can bring our signs.
Yes.
JJ. It's this way on screen, isn't it? This way? I don't know.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. JJ.
He's not the Bang Bang Booty Gang. Come on now.
So we move on to the main event of the evening, and it is an RCW Hardcore Championship match. It is everybody's favorite Radz Rich King. There we go. What's the forgetting? Rich King taking on your RCW Hardcore Champion, Nasty Nate Nixon.
We were so close. So close to getting a Rich.
He came out. We're like, he's like, what are you? He literally goes, you two are here. We're like, yeah.
What else are we going to do on Saturday night?
We touched together, and then he came down, but he went, no, never mind. And he walked away. I was very disappointed.
Love of my life, Mitch Clark, violent tip touches.
He did give us the violent tip. Mitch violent tip touch me, you,
twice.
And Andres, and that was it. He only violent tip touched
twice,
us, and that was it. Show.
It's okay though, because it's Mitch. It's love of my life. Yeah. Love of my life. We're not here to talk about love of my life, though. We have to talk about about Nasty Nate and how excited he was to just get into that match, so much so that he almost destroyed the place.
So he pulls a garbage can, or like this, like it was a garbage can lid or something.
Aluminum top lid, yeah, for a
Yeah,
garbage
and
can or
he
something.
goes to toss it in the ring. And to his credit, they placed the ring right
Oddly.
next to a ceiling fan spinning on the roof, and it was kind of over the ropes, so you couldn't really like that one center space. You couldn't really use.
Rich almost got a haircut at one point.
Well, because it hits and it goes shooting out of the ring on the other side, and like Rich is like, "What the?"
We were like, "What the?" We even got that on camera.
It was great.
It was
So
hilarious.
the match starts. Nate's attacking with a kendo stick, but Rich is avoiding, hides behind, uses the ref. Avon is like hiding behind him, holding him in a headlock while behind Avon's like, "Don't hit me! You can't hit me! I'm the ref." And it was just great stuff.
I'd have still hit the ref. Sorry, Avon. I'd have still hit him.
I would have hit Avon. I would hit Avon too. It's Avon. You can hit it.
Even if it was Smalls, I'd probably still hit Smalls.
You can hit Smalls. You can hit Stu in LPW. You can hit Stu.
And the only one I wouldn't hit is Rosa, I think.
I wouldn't hit Ben or Fitzy.
You couldn't,
but also
Ben or Fitz. They are too quick.
But I respect Ben and Fitz, so I have utter respect for both of those men. So I wouldn't hit them. And Rose, I just wouldn't hit her because she's awesome.
Yeah, love her.
But Avon, I would definitely hit Avon with a kendo stick.
Now that we've established,
if I was in Nate's situation.
Now that we've established which referee we would whack-a-mole.
Oh, sorry. And I'm calling this match a Radcore match because it's hardcore. There's a rad.
Love it. Love it.
Again, Rich turns this into like a wrestling match for a while because he doesn't want to do hardcore, which I don't blame him. Who wants to do hardcore? Except your hardcore champion. But it's a hardcore championship match. I would love for somebody to win a hardcore title and be like, do the anti-hardcore champion. I would love that.
I would too, actually. That would be a tremendous angle.
Just all technical wrestling.
Yeah. Why the frick not? That would be a fun twist. What a story that would be.
So there's a great spot where Rich kept like trying to hop over, but then would turn around and get chopped by Nate multiple times. It was just all these like spots where Rich thinks he's gonna get around him, but it's like, oh crap, turns around, bang, chop. Just it was great spots. Nate gets Rich out to the floor, goes for the Toby Suicida, but gets hit with the stop sign in the face on the dive, and just crumples and goes to the floor. They brawl around the floor. At a point, they end up getting back in the ring though, and Nate goes to run at Rich in the corner, and Rich goes to put the feet up, but Nate catches the feet, throws him in the rope, and gets that running nasty German, and then they start brawling around the floor. Nate's hitting Rich with that metal thing. Nate runs Rich into a child's foot. It was great. Rich dodges the kendo stick attacks. He sends Nate into the chairs. He then buries Nate in chairs, and he goes I guess it's a false count anywhere match because the ref was following them, and he goes to kind of put himself on top of the chairs, but then the ref goes, well, his shoulders aren't down, it's supposed to be the other way around, and you see Rich just like, God damn it, he was just like,
I mean, fair. And good on at that point, good on Avon for sticking to the rules because he's supposed to be on his back. He was not. You buried him the wrong way.
That's the smartest call Avon Fox has ever made right there.
And this is a good lesson. Make sure before you bury someone under an unnecessary amount of shit, make sure they're facing the right way.
So you see Nate start to move and get up, and then the kids start run over and just start pulling the chairs off, and you see Nate just roar up, and Rich just books it back in the ring. It's so good. It was so good.
Was that the point where they ended up slamming the table into Slammer when he was at the merch table?
Oh yeah, when they whipped him into the chairs. Yeah, when they went into the chairs, and the chairs went right into the merch table, and the merch table hit Slammer, who was standing behind the merch table. It was great.
The way he no-sold it also, and just kind of look down and be like, oh, okay, I guess I'm going to hop up on the stage now.
Rich just catch him when Nate comes back in with a jumping lariat and gets it too. Nate, again, a lot of more back and forth. Nate took him to the top with the trash can lid, but Rich hops up and Nate fights him off, smacking him with the trash can lid, knocks him off, hits a lariat off the top. Nate hits that ripcord punch into the air raid crash. Love that combo.
I finally remembered what the air raid crash was called.
Yes, you did. Only gets 2. So Nate hits his rising knee in the corner, but Rich blocks the like his nasty drop, and he's sent to the apron. But Rich gets sent to the apron. So Rich shoulder blocks him in the gut, comes over the top for that final beat DDT, and kicks the fan that. Like, it was so good.
Yeah.
So good. Just kicks the shit out of this fan, comes down, and you just see Rich like looking up, like, "Oh crap!" like,
and it's just,
and it stopped, and then it started going, but it's off kilter, so it's just like moving. It's just like waving back and forth as it's spinning, so it's like, it's like spinning and like it's all off.
Doing a body wave for sure.
It was so good,
so funny.
So good. Rich gets the kendo stick, starts attacking Nate, hits an Olympic slam, but only gets 2. Rich goes to hit Nate, who's on the ropes, but Nate dodges. He hits the rope, it bounces back, cracking himself in the face with a kendo stick. And then Nate gets the stick, hits him with it a few times, and then hits his "Let's Get Nasty." I don't know how to describe the move. Sets up like a double underhook DDT, and then goes forward, driving the face into the mat.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it somewhere, something similar to it on AEW, I want to say. But I feel like I've also seen it on New Japan. I just can't remember who did it. Maybe I'll see it tonight when I'm watching that Shingo one.
Maybe. So, yeah, he hits Let's Get Nasty, and he gets the win. After the match, Nate gets the kendo stick back, and as Rich is leaving, he smacks Rich in the butt with a kendo stick. And then Nate gets the mic after, thanks the crowd. Really good. Just thanking the crowd coming out and supporting them and helping them do what they do. And just great show overall. I had a blast with this show.
Yeah, like I said, the interactions in this crowd were just so great because the crowd was so small, but so on fire for these guys, and they put on a great show. Yeah, there's not much more I can add to that. I had a lot of fun with that main event. We got our nasty section in, got to see Rich, got to see a couple names that we like, got to talk to a few people. It was really fun, really, really fun. Nice little show and nice little venue, nice little town. I didn't feel scared outside smoking like I do here.
But you had me.
But even still, like, what I get nervous in Edmonton because Edmonton's on you.
It's also downtown Edmonton.
I'm little. The muscles don't really do anything.
Do you feel as scared when you're at LPW smoking?
No.
Yeah, because again, better where it's more of like a big complex of commercial buildings, and it's kind of a nicer area too. Plus, it's part of that big building, so there's more people, things like that. Where you're
the LPW show, I still feel uncomfortable out there though because there's usually a lot more people outside smoking.
Yeah, but that's just your hatred of being around people.
Yeah, because they're the ones who make me feel unsafe. Shocking.
But you have Kat there at those shows, and you know Kat will beat up anybody.
Oh, hell yeah.
She'll cut a bitch.
My friend Kat is the person when you're like, it's too dangerous, take this with you. She's the one you get handed.
She's what they give you.
Yep. 100%.
So It is about that time to get out of here. You can find me on the X at That Canada Guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at That Canada Dude. You can find me on Facebook at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, or right here on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. You can also find us over on A Plus Productions on their wrestling feed as we chat all the Japanese wrestling that we talk about. Our episode of Japanese Wrestling Update that we did last Friday on OLE will now be coming out weekly in audio form on A Plus Production. So check that out. If you want to hear it in audio form, you can check it out over there. A Plus Productions.com, along with the rest of our shows that any content we're covering, Stardom and everything else, we'll have it there. And speaking of the place she is knowing, it's our friends over at OLE. We want to thank them very much. Our local establishment, twitch.tv/our local establishment, and youtube.com/at our local establishment. You're going to be able to see me there again September 18th. I'll be talking some Marvel coming back. Agatha all along starting up on the 18th of September. Me and my boy Oled will be there for the first 2 episodes on that Wednesday. I will be intermittent throughout the next few weeks. I'll be on some episodes, won't be on others, but there will be special guests to join Ed on those episodes for sure to talk those. And there might be an episode or 2 that I'll be hosting that Ed won't be there for, but we're going to be there. We're going to be talking Agatha all along every week for 8 weeks or 7 weeks, 7 weeks, and then we don't know if there's going to be a 9th episode. The 9th episode had a question mark beside it on when it was going to come out. We don't know if it's going to be a next day drop or what. We like on an actual Halloween because episode 8 comes out on October 30th, and the episode 9 is a mystery. So everybody thinking it's dropping the next day on Halloween. We don't know, but we'll be back to talk all of that coming up September 18th. We're going to start there. One more shout out to our boy Mike the Ref over at Backbreaker Video for simulcasting all of my name Melball shows. YouTube.com/at Backbreaker Video for that and so much more wrestling content. His watch alongs of AEW are on there. But if you want to see those live, go to twitch.tv/Mike the Ref where he does his Dynamite Collision and AEW pay-per-view watch alongs every Wednesday, Saturday, and pay-per-view Sunday. You can also find him playing video games every other day of the week there, YouTube. And then you can replays of those, youtube.com/at Backbreaker_gaming, where you find content from Mr. PJC, this little guy right here, Rick Jules, and therefore we win guest.
Kayla J. My hand looks so gross. Kayla J.
Melball, where can they find you?
If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can follow her on everything else, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find me on our local establishment's programming, Japanese Wrestling Update with this guy every Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Unless it's not, I'm going to let you know. But we are going to be live this week because there's no wrestling going on in Edmonton, surprisingly. At least that we're interested in on Friday. I don't think there's anything going on.
I haven't heard anything.
No, neither have I. I think the next show we're going to is the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, so we will be live, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Stay tuned to our socials to see where that is going. You can also catch me on Astrid Bizarro's YouTube channel where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. Astrid is finally getting settled in with her new promotion at work, so we can start pre-recording our shows during the week so we can make sure they get out on Fridays before Japanese Wrestling Update. So stay tuned to our socials to find out when the next episode is coming out for that. If you're wanting to watch an RCW show, you can go to their Facebook page where they have several clips of some of the matches that they have going on, but you can also get links to their Eventbrite where you can, it's Eventbrite, right? Why do I always forget that?
It's Eventbrite.
Eventbrite. Link to purchase tickets, or you can get in the know with some of your favorite local professional wrestlers and get tickets through them without the extra fee cost.
If they tell the promoter that you paid them.
Yeah, that. Soy boy. Anyway, Yeah, get in touch with some of your favorite wrestlers. Follow them on social media. Get in the know with them. Get in touch with them. I don't know. Maybe piss off Ooga Booga Man. Maybe he'll give you something.
Ooga Booga.
The gods of Ooga Booga.
The beefy gods of Ooga Booga. That's what everybody wants. More beefy gods of Ooga Booga.
More beefy Ooga Booga. Yeah. Jesus. What have we started? Andre.
Beefy gods of Ooga Booga. Beefy gods of Ooga Booga.
Without stealing my outro, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I would never do that. What are you talking about? I just want to thank all y'all for tuning in. Whether thank you for tuning in. Whether you're listening on Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, whether you're listening on Backbreaker Video, thank you so very, very much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below because we love hearing from you. We love talking to you about all the professional wrestling that we watch. We want to hear your opinions and thoughts on everything that we're talking about. Don't forget to share us out to all your friends, family, and just weird little short people that just annoy the piss out of you. And don't forget to
call those children.
No. I'm talking about very short adults. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello.
I relate to that statement.
I'm not talking about you. I said really short. You're just short. You're not really short.
And that being said, Andre hates short people.
I don't hate them. I don't hate them. I hate certain ones.
I am your Melball. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Mwah.
Ooga booga.